artists are almost stuck in a 360. They're stuck in a 360 deal without even having to sign anything. They're stuck in a 360 deal, and the contract generators are the fans, where we need to see you doing
Damn.
everything, and we need to see more of you.
Yeah.
And we need, fine, your album was great, your album was cool, but what
This
more
is
can
why,
you
like,
offer me?
artists usually be stressing over like in order to market your thing, you need to like post a bunch of TikToks, and I know a lot of artists who absolutely hate that. Yo, what's up, and welcome to episode 89 of the 30% podcast, brought to you by yours truly, Afam, and my amazing co-host, Sam. Sam, what's up?
What's up?
You guys can follow Sam at Are is late to the party. You can follow me at _Afamefuna on Instagram. You can follow this amazing podcast at the 30% pod on Instagram, on X, on Threads, on TikTok, and on LinkedIn if you're trying to link and build. You can also stream this amazing podcast on YouTube Music, on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, and all you'll have to do to find the podcast is look for the 30% podcast. I forgot to mention, we are now on Facebook, so feel free to go and follow us on that platform, that amazing platform by Mr. Mark Zuckerberg. And yo, Sam, what's up? How you doing? Bro? What's new in the world of Mr. Sam?
I'm doing, bro. I'm just naendelea tu.
You're just doing.
Naendelea. I am living life as life is living me. That makes no sense whatsoever, but it's just right.
But it's true, though. I think we are all progressively dying slowly. So
That's
yeah,
that's not what I meant. You've just taken it morbid. That's not what I was talking about.
But it's true. It's what I've said is objectively the truth.
It's objectively the truth. Okay, you know what? Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm cool. I'm chilling. I'm having cravings right now, but I don't think that's important for audience. I just want to eat a chicken sandwich. Like, is that
so much to ask?
That's like that's all I want. I want world peace. I want no starving animals on the road, stray dogs and stray cats' bellies all full, and a chicken sandwich. That's all I want in this life. Don't need riches. I don't need any of these extra things. I just want a chicken sandwich. But apart from that, I'm cool. I'm chilling. Week's been interesting. Been working on some music, which is fun. It's always fun to work on music.
Let's go.
And oh yeah, the release was announced this week. A release. Why am I trying to do a rollout on the podcast? I did a remix to a lovely song that I highlighted a couple of months ago by the one, the only Stacey Kamatu. And when I heard the song, it's really interesting because when I heard the song, because I wake up on Friday mornings and I listen to new music. So I had the song. I probably went through 30 seconds of the song, maybe a little bit more. Maybe I got up to 1 minute, but I stopped. I didn't even finish listening to the song. I just stopped. I downloaded it, used AI, and I did a remix to it, and then I sent it to her, and she absolutely loved it. So we decided to release it on Spotify platform. So that's coming. I mean, not Spotify, only on DSPs. So that's coming in August.
Sam,
The 21st
I have a very important
or
question.
23rd? I
Sorry,
actually don't know.
it's coming out on August 20 when?
I don't know why. Either 21st or 23rd. I need to get that right.
I
But
think it's 23rd.
oh wow, thank you.
But I
Thank you for
have a
telling
very
me.
important question that's related to this drop, Sam.
What up?
If somebody bought you a chicken sandwich, would that translate to them buying your love?
They currently, yes. If you bought me a chicken sandwich, I just might marry you. Or make you my best friend.
Okay.
I just needed to throw that in there. Or make you my best friend. Because I will not say that because anyway, yeah. So I don't know, man. If you're doing the whole chickens, I feel like here in I've been influenced by YouTube because I watch a lot of cooking shows and it's mostly American food, unfortunately, right? And when it comes to Kenya, like I've not really tasted any chicken sandwich that would make my life. It would. I've not met any sandwich that would give me the Popeyes hysteria that was there. Like it's like KFC is cool.
There's somebody who, okay, first of all, the Popeyes chicken sandwich was overrated, man.
Oh no,
So
because you've actually had it.
yeah, because
Oh, that's
I've had
sad though.
it
Don't
and
break people. Don't break
I've
my
had
heart.
it and it's overrated, bro.
Oh
People were
man.
just like, it was just,
I don't know if I don't know. I don't
I
know
don't
whether to
even know.
trust
The
you.
craze was just, it was marketing gone wild,
Yeah.
gone rogue.
It's marketing
But
and
like,
boredom.
uh-huh.
I think people are bored and they needed something to go crazy
I'm
about.
sure there's somebody listening to this who makes fire chicken sandwiches who's like, Sam, you insult me with
Please,
your
bro.
words. I'm sure
Please
there's
send
somebody
some
who
to
makes chicken
me.
sandwiches that are really
Send
good.
some to me. Like just hit me up. Afam did the what do you call it? The arts in the beginning. Send a chicken sandwich to me. I'm begging, please.
Guys, if you guys are listening to this and you make or know somebody who makes fire chicken sandwiches,
That's all I want.
just need to reach out to at Are is late to the
Please,
party.
bro.
And
Please. I was talking about a
do you know?
release.
Oh, actually, I knew somebody who made a really. Oh, but she doesn't do them anymore, man. Oh, I haven't heard of her doing them anymore.
Don't do that.
She was called JK Burgers. And she used to make really, really good burgers, man. And bro, I actually need to do research on what happened to her. But I feel like starting your own like kitchen, like as an individual, is very difficult to maintain. But like, oh yeah, yeah, her burgers were insane. Anyway,
So
such is the life cycle of a chicken sandwich. Huh?
yeah, I was talking about the coming drop. So I downloaded a song and oh, I said that already. Remix sent it to her. She loved it, so I'm putting that out. I'm excited for it. Look out. Stacey's a really really good vocalist. And I did something very simple but unique to the song, so I think it's cool. There's my marketing for you. Afam, how you doing?
Yo, I'm doing good, bro. Chilling. Making a bunch of music. Also, just out here. So, I'm trying to harness the opportunities around me. I've only been out here in New York for 2 weeks, so, um, you know, it is just about like acclimatizing to my new environment, and hopefully, I can, find a few opportunities to pursue while I'm out there out here. So yeah, I'm doing fine. Uh what have I been doing? I've also been paying attention to the Olympics. I really love sports and stuff. So
Yeah.
shout out to all the Kenyans, Beatrice Chebet, for winning those 2 gold medals.
She
Super,
she
super
she
proud
she
of her.
brightened up the
For
story
real.
because it was looking a little bit there was a lot of negative.
It was not looking good,
Yeah.
Brev. It was not looking good. But yeah, she brought it around for us. We actually didn't do too badly. I think we have 3 golds. I don't know how many silvers and bronze we have, but shout out to the entire Kenyan team. I mean, obviously there's a lot to improve on because I think Kenya is better than this. Like I think we can have better showings in the Olympics.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Olympics in general were interesting. They were interesting. There were a few like really dope stories that came out from these Olympics, man. Seeing Letsile Tebogo win the 200 meter, like That was fire. That was such a good moment. Bro, there's just actually so many moments. Yesterday, the USA team won the basketball
Of course.
gold
Did
medal.
anyone
That
ever
was
doubt that the
interesting.
US will win the basketball gold medal? Like,
There was a
I'm
time
genuinely
it was
asking.
looking shaky. No, I think most people expected they were the. I mean, they've won it now 5 times in a row, so they were the favorites.
Yeah.
Just so many stories, guy. That like there's so many. Like I can't even list how many things just came out from these Olympics. So yeah, I mean that's done. That's done. This has been such a busy summer because bro, it's been what Olympics. Before that was Euros, and just like that, Premier League is starting next week. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah, that's
wow,
back.
it's
Yeah.
it's it's been a summer, been a summer, man. Yeah, but other than watching the Olympics, what else have I done? Yeah, nothing. There's nothing much new that's happening in my life, to be honest.
Oh. You need some excitement in your
So,
life. You need some fun. You need fun. You need a chicken sandwich.
am I? I don't know if I'm feeling like a chicken sandwich, to be honest, man. But maybe. So, what are the interesting things that happened this week outside of chicken sandwiches, Sam? Please.
Please, because that's not interesting at all. Oh man, what are the interesting things that happened? Do we start? Can
Do
we
you think
start
we
with
should
this?
start? Let's start with serious and then go
Yeah,
to
yeah,
the
yeah,
less
yeah, yeah, yeah.
serious.
Do we, let's start with. And I'll just mention it and take it and ask you to take it away because I'm not invested at this point. PAVRISK. That's all I got. PAVRISK.
You can't just say PAVRISK and then just say that's all I got.
That's all I got, man. They retain their license to collect, distribute royalties, to keep acting and performing and doing what they're doing. Congratulations. I'm so I'm so tired of this, like the back and forth and the taking it away and then the lawsuits and the oh gosh, but I don't know. I guess it's important.
Okay, so I'll just read. I'm reading from the Star, and so essentially, PAVRISK has retained its license amidst the appeal that was brought forth by Camp. So PAVRISK is now the sole collective management organization charged with collection and distribution of royalties to musicians and audio-visual performers. Kekobo had in June this year licensed PAVRISK as the sole CMO that is actually multi-rights, so it's not just music. However, the move was challenged by the Kenya Association of Music Producers, aka CAMP, after the application for the operating license was unsuccessful following the competitive process. Camp lodged a suit at the Copyright Tribunal seeking orders to overturn the board's decision to license PAVRISK as the sole rights CMO. In its ruling, the tribunal directed Kekobo to reconsider the applications of Camp, PAVRISK, and MCSK and issued the license to a fresh, successful applicant upon the review exercise. But in the statement issued on August 2nd, Kekobo board chairman Joshua Kutun said the board resolved to issue the license to PAVRISK upon successful review of the application. And this is a quote where he says, following the tribunal's orders, Kekobo board of directors held its special meeting on Friday to reconsider the CMO licensing based on the legal requirements under the Copyright Act, copyright regulations, and other enabling legal provisions. So, Sam, I mean, is this a win or a loss for the music industry and quite clearly also the film industry, because it looks like PAVRISK will also be collecting royalties in the video like sector as well. So is this a win for us or a massive L? Did we just take a massive L? I would say we've kind of taken an L here because I mean we've reported in the past that PAVRISK haven't been the most reliable when it comes to remitting the what they get
Yeah.
in terms of royalties, or what they collect
Yeah.
in terms of royalties. They haven't really had a good track record. They've gone years where they didn't even distribute any of the royalties. So it's kind of iffy whether they're going to miraculously do a 180.
And
I
just
mean,
start
listen, the
dishing out the
word
money.
risk,
Yeah. I mean,
Sam, the word risk is in the
it's in their
whatever
name.
in their
Yeah.
name.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So
Yeah. I
yeah,
don't know.
I don't know. I
Uh,
don't I don't know, because I'm not a legal expert, so I don't know if Camp, or maybe now since Camp did an appeal, maybe MCSK can now do an appeal or something of the sort. I don't know, but this feels like a massive loss. We already, as it is, don't even we can't even rely on the CMOs when it comes to collecting royalties. You can't rely on
you
that
can't
like as a
trust
part
them.
of like,
There's no
you can't
trust.
rely on, yeah, you can't trust them, and you can't rely on that like for a stream of income. You know what I mean? Because I mean, if you get 3,000 bob, 2,000 bob at the end of the year, like what are you going to do with that?
It's interesting because
Is you
PAVRISK
know,
are the anti the fragmentation in terms of the collection societies. They are more of
yeah,
the, at least from what it seems like they want to have a soul. They want to have like a unified CMO, so that you can increase operational efficiency. You can increase,
yeah.
reduce,
That's on paper what they want.
yeah, what they want. I'm just against people who claim to talk the talk, and then when it's like, if we look at your track record and you haven't been distributing and all that stuff, like if there's actual evidence that you haven't been doing all this stuff, I don't want to hear what you have to say, because you're not talking in good faith and you don't really care.
Yeah.
Is it an L if they truly are not? We can only wait to see like what they'll do, but if we are going off their track record, and I guess what they haven't done in the past, then yeah, I mean, it's a big L. It's an L all around, because
Well,
the system doesn't
uh huh.
hold them accountable, in my opinion, to the extent that it needs to, and hold them accountable to the little shilling that the artist earns, and so it's very easy for them, whether or not they're doing it on purpose, but it's very easy for money to get lost in there, and the artist suffers for that, you know. So
Well,
yeah.
every L has a silver lining, bro.
What?
Because I feel like them trying to encompass everything
Yeah.
might not be as bad as it seems, because if they're also now trying to collect royalties for the film, for the film for the film for the
Film
film
side.
world
Yeah.
as well,
Yeah.
yeah, that means Prisk's jurisdiction is much larger and encompasses a much larger community of individuals. It's you know what I mean? So I think that means we have numbers when it comes to raising issues and occupying some of these places, because you see, now it's just not just the music community who would be up in arms when our royalties are not remitted as they should be. We also have the people who are in the visual side, the film side,
Yeah.
and hopefully if we have them together and we can all band together, we have more numbers to like kind of occupy some of these things. So I don't know. Maybe it's a mistake. Maybe now we can have more of a voice in terms of like, okay, this both of these sectors are unhappy with how our royalties are being collected, and we can hit the streets and stuff, or just like make noise, and have it felt even more like,
I
I
think
don't know.
across the
I don't know if
board, I
I'm
think
just
the creative sector does need attention.
it does.
That's I think one of the problems we are facing, and you can just tell, because we can't really lie to the system if we don't put in as as much as we can into the music, and we don't treat it, and we don't treat art like art is supposed to be treated, it's going to show. Art won't create value from nothing. Like, we have to really put resources into it, and we have to put time, expertise into it. If we don't do that, it's going to show. And I think that's what's happening in a lot of the different sectors. I think creativity is a by the way for a lot of people who are in power. I think creativity is by the way for the government, in all honesty. And so there needs to be art, not just creativity, sorry, but also art. Art is just
Yeah.
it's sidelined. It's not important. So there needs to
Yeah.
be some sort
Yeah.
of attention given to Kenya's art for us to start seeing some of the changes that we need to see in terms of royalty
Mhm.
collection, and it will make a lot of this stuff more important, and then maybe we would see that. But as it's going now, if it's not important, then we're just going to see people going around, and it's a clown show, and it's going to keep looking like one
Yeah,
until we decide
for
to,
sure.
take the makeup and the red nose off.
Bro, we just need a CMO that looks out for us,
Yeah.
right? One who can just, tell us the words, I'm looking out for you, I'm looking good, right? Right?
Smells like a segue. I know a segue when I see one.
Sam.
I know a segue when I see
Right?
one. Bro, we were talking about this earlier, fam, and I was just, you just have to, like the question has to be asked. And this is so different from what we're talking about. Like, we're being serious, and then now you've turned this into just a complete. Where where is the man? Where is the boy? Can he be referred to as Kenya's boy? Where is?
No, 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 no. Before you say his name, don't say his name. Kilimani rapper Jesus.
No,
Where
that's
is he?
we're not doing. That's no. You can't say
No,
Kilimani
but
rapper
listen,
Jesus.
I
That's not
know,
a
I
thing.
know there is somebody. Okay, there's somebody listening to this right now who knows exactly. Okay, although I did kind of say one of his lyrics, so maybe they'll know who I'm talking about. But bro, where is he, Sam? You're asking the questions that need to be asked. You know what I mean?
Last time
And
he
we
was out.
created this podcast to hold the music industry accountable sometimes. And sometimes we need to know the questions. I mean, we need to know the answers to these questions that everybody is asking.
Fam, you've played this whole thing. You've played this thing so high, man. We
Earlier
need to
in the
give
week,
context. We've been talking for 2 minutes and no one knows what we're talking about. So I was just during our pre-pro. We're just talking, and I miss Kahush, man. Like, where is he? That's
you're not the only one because earlier in the week, DJ Ivy went on X, went on Twitter, went on Elon
godforsaken platform.
Musk's tool for the Republicans and said,
Yeah.
"We were so unfair to
Wait.
Kahush."
Whoa. Whoa. Pause.
What?
You didn't just do that. How did you throw
Yeah,
in
I
Elon
did.
Musk's tool for the Republican? Like, that's it's wild.
Okay, fine. This isn't a political podcast, but she goes on X and says, "We were so unfair to Kahush. That boy was ahead of his time." Drops mic, drops microphone. Impactful. This was on my. I don't even follow DJ Ivy, but this was on my. This was on my
It's a
recommended.
viral tweet.
The world, the
Viral
universe
X.
was kind of like asking the question. The universe clearly wanted me to see this question. And Sam, I mean, where is Kahush, bro? Listen, my favorite song is "Looking Good," bro. Looking out for you, I'm looking good. Show me what you
Oh
can, what you
man, it's
could.
really interesting.
Kuchizi tuki dogo as I should.
Like, it's really interesting. His last project was Uptown Chokora. That was a year
It,
ago,
it was, and
and
it was a year ago.
that was
I think the thing about. Oh no, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, yeah, it was a year ago, and he's been fairly silent until recently. And you told me about it. So I didn't even know he dropped a song, protest track, and I really like the beat. The beat selection is interesting, different. But this is just completely left. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like I feel like we need some Kahush music. That's all. Like, it's no big to do about it. I just need some Kahush music in my life. That's what I need.
So I think, bro, from what I saw in the comments on that post, like people genuinely miss the guy. I'm not gonna lie, because like everybody had something very positive to say. Like everyone is saying, like, so under that post, like Ox Connoisseur says, "This, I swear, he has such a solid body of work, and his work rate, only I feel the industry can match it." And then DJ Ivy responds and says, his discography is still better than many established artists in Kenya. Okay, I'll read all the comments. So somebody else says, Kenyans really love mediocrity. Unbelievable crying emoji.
That's cap. That's cap. Who is that? That's cap. That's a lie.
DJ Ivy posts a response to something that she said, where she says, the essence in his music, the vibe, the aura, the cadence. Note that I'm not mentioning lyrical prowess because it varies amongst audiences. The quality of sound, and lastly, his consistency before the masses bullied him into silence. Somebody else says, Music Man says, Wambie star, fire. Dragon Energy, no, not Dragon Energy. Somebody called Pi __ Alpha says his 3 or 4 albums are back to back masterpieces. When you listen to them all together, kando, you might miss the vision. And listen, Kahush does have a lyric in I'm Looking Good where he says, Kwa Akili, I think it's a gold mine. Also, in the same song, he has a lyric where he says, God damn, I'm just trying to get lit, baby. So anyway, I say this to say
I miss
Kahush.
Kahush. We need Kahush. We need some Kahush music.
So okay. No, but if on a serious note though, if we're being serious about it though, Kahush is a special artist because yes, I know he's very divisive. He represents a tangible like percentage of our society. You know what I mean? That's why I called him Kilimani
wait.
rapper Jesus.
Could you explain that? A tangible
Yeah,
percent of us. What does that mean?
Okay, maybe I didn't say that well. There is a huge demographic of people in Nairobi specifically who really relate to Kahush as an individual because that's the life that they live.
Oh, okay.
Right? And that is why Kahush was so influential, especially in the peak, like just after Missy Wezi and everything, right? And I feel like that's what artists need to be cognizant of when they do music is that in order for you to have fans, in order for you to like actually gain steam in this thing, in a way people kind of have to see themselves in you. You can't you have to be relatable to some
Relatability.
extent, right?
Yeah.
And that's what Kahush was for a lot of people. And if you listen to Missy Wezi, I feel like he was still finding himself and he was very much like what he thought. Like, yes, he did represent like a whole demographic of people who wanted to like make trap music, etc, etc. But he kind of was doing it the conventional way, right? But wait, he's now started like mixing in like his Kiswahili Sheng stuff that I mean a lot of people like are like it's some people find it cringy. Other people genuinely don't see a problem because even them that's how they talk. And he realized that stuff really divides the audience because like a lot of people are like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And I think he leaned into it even more. And that's what the greats do, Sam. That's what the greats do. They lean into shit, man. They recognize the marketing opportunity when it stares them in the face. And that's what he did.
I think he's well, let me speak for myself. The thing that I enjoy about Kahush, I enjoy his lack of he's not trying too hard to be something. Like he's not trying too hard to be like what we would term as like a rapper in terms of like the Western rap and stuff like that. He's just saying anything he wants to say on the track in whatever way he wants to say it. some people, of course, it's divisive. People think, oh, that's weird and it's not real rap and all of that. But then there's other people who are like, this is art. This is Kahush has turned. This is new rap, is what he's doing. It's new rap. Anyway, I don't know. It's not for everyone, but definitely for me. I mean, I enjoy some Kahush music, and he needs to pop up. It's really interesting though, because we are talking about this earlier, and I think like he got two
Yeah.
smashes, right? Two hits, and then the one with Chris Geiger, who is
Mastingo.
another guy
Mastingo
who
is my shit.
I feel like has gone under the water. But and Missy Wezi, what he popped out with first. After that, he's released a couple of joints. I guess depending
Yeah.
on who you ask, they might not have done what maybe we're expecting him to do, like coming out like that. But he's been very silent, and I guess he told us the reason, right? Went to study. So thinking about that, I'm like, if he does come back and do music, is he going to have to start again and gain that the momentum from Rip, because the niche that he is in is moving.
It's true.
It's almost moving
That's
without him,
true.
because we're not listening, we're
He's
not hearing
like,
any music.
because even the generation he's in is like the upper limit of the Gen Zs. That's closer to the millennial.
Yeah,
And there's new Gen Zs who are much
Yeah.
younger who are also like popping up with like, you know what I mean? So it's like he also needs to also realize he's growing older. And that Misiwezi stuff was 4 years ago. Time, like it's 4 years
4
ago, bro.
years,
Like
imagine that.
time is so, like, time doesn't wait, and there'll be a new guy who comes
Yeah.
up and does something different. And also now, if you try and do what the new guys are doing, you look like you're just trying to stay relevant. So this music thing is hard, because like if you just let up even for a little bit, your momentum, it just dies down like really, really fast, and the new next thing that's hot, just replaces you essentially.
It's
So
brutal.
I don't think to answer you, I just want to say I don't think he'll need to start from scratch, just because the people who he appealed to they're still in that same kind of energy of the type of music that he was making, in terms of like, I think that generation still goes out, they still are consuming party music and music that's not very serious and stuff like that. I think they're still in that mode. So I think he's still going to appeal
Yeah.
to them. And conversely, like the generation that's now like 18, 17 over there, like they're still going to be able to relate to Kahush. So he's fine. He just needs to do something now. I know he has a huge emphasis on bodies of work, which, by the way, I applaud him for. I like how he goes about the artistic direction with his albums, the artwork, etc, etc. But I think it will do him no harm if he also tries to release singles and kind of like do that,
Yeah.
try, if he tries to do like 3 singles, man, bring back the feeling, and then do an album type thing, I think it will be good.
There's a question I've always had, and I think I really do think we should talk to some artists one day. And why do people on this side of the river love dropping albums? It's like we're just so anti-singles. Like it will be really interesting to see how the scene changes if people focus less on giving us 16 songs, 14 songs, 10 songs together, and actually like put a lot of those resources into singular songs.
Yeah.
It will be interesting just to see how if there's scope of change. This is I think it's not. I mean, 1 year. The last time he dropped Uptown Chokora like a year ago. I think we talked about it on the podcast. So it's not like a really long time. He's not giving us like 4 or 5 years in between.
But
of course.
Uptown, just to interject, Uptown Chokora didn't do as well as his previous albums. And I'm not talking about numbers wise, like, because I don't know, but like I feel like in terms of just like impact.
Impact.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I mean it's really important for artists. Like imagine if you're an artist and instead of giving like 10, 11, 12 songs, you put your resources into 4 or 5 singles and then release those over a span of 3 months, 4 months each. And you can keep building that momentum and retain
Yeah.
longevity. Some artists are just album artists and that's what they want for their career, and that's fine. You can't tell an artist how to create, right? So dang,
Kahush just needs to get some
Kahush.
fire like
Sure, bro.
singles, bro. Just needs to link up with like just the same people he's been linking up with always, like with Kina 19 and I don't know who. And just fuck
It'd be cool also to see him branch out with some of like our mainstream acts too. Like I want to see that merge. And I mean
like
that
who?
those collaborations and
Like
see what
who?
they sound like. Ooh, it'd be good to hear him on some of the, I want to say like some of the genge tone stuff, maybe some urban tone joints, and see because I feel like he can tap into that pocket. I really do feel like he can tap into that pocket. Of course, it's not going to be as it's not going to be as conk is not a word that we use anymore. It's not going to be as concentrated in terms of how the message is being put out, but I feel like Ahush has the vibe enough to float on some of these beats.
I mean, on a marketing
Um,
level, I see how
some of
that
the
could
new kids,
work just because I know a lot of the audience in Abanton will be like, oh, why is Kahush here? Like whatever, whatever. Like, and that'll spark a lot of like conversation anyway.
yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. People need to stop gatekeeping.
Yo, listen. I think Kahush can very well be. he, sorry, I'm laughing because I was reading a comment where somebody was saying that we usually just don't see the value in like. I'm laughing because somebody brought up Camp Mula in this whole conversation, how they were like, oh, like even when Camp Mula were popping, we didn't like appreciate them, and I'm just laughing because
Yo,
whenever we
leave
talk
those
about
people
things, like
alone.
Camp Mula always becomes a. It always gets
Leave
into the
those guys
conversation somehow.
alone. So, oh man, like leave Kamula alone. They said that
Yeah, we
that
always we always find ways to bring Camp Mula to
I
the
do get it.
conversation.
It's nostalgia. We talked about it last week. It's nostalgia. People are stuck into that. I mean, stuck in that period because it really meant something to a lot of people. But man, they're out there. They're doing their own different things. Let's.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll talk about this? We'll talk about South Soul like this
Sauti
forever.
Soul. Yeah, Sauti Soul are legendary. What do you mean? Yeah, for sure, man. Like I feel like they've made their mark. They've done it all, man, in 10 years. So they in over 10 years, I mean. So Sauti Soul, I don't ever see them not being part of the conversation.
Yeah. Anyway, shout out to Kahush. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, bro. We're
And
looking out for you. We're
give us
looking
some music
good,
someday.
bro.
Thank you.
Okay, so this isn't particularly Kenyan related, but so this week or this past week, Drake released a whole folder of content. He called it 100 gigs for your head top, and he released three Lucy's, I guess, three singles. 21 Savage was on there, Big Lato was on there, and I found it interesting, not for the singles part, but just for the whole concept of it in terms of how he put out all that like behind the scenes content that we've never seen. Him in the studio with Boy Wonder, with 40, with Noel Castard, like just like the whole creative process. Then like even the behind the scenes of them shooting videos, mundane things of them
Yeah.
being, I don't know, going to his house or stuff like that. And it got me thinking about just like what it means to be an artist in 2024. And I feel like if you're paying attention, like, Sam, do you think artists need to, in order to like maintain engagement with the audience, do you think we've reached a point where we need to be, or artists need to be giving their fans access to large portions of their lives outside of the music, because the fans are craving context outside of the music to kind of even want to listen to the music in the first place.
I think it's the curse of social media. Artists are having to do more now in order to grow and maintain their fan base. And there's not much more you can do outside of the studio than actually show the people your life, right? It's the content game, which is really, this is just 100 gigabytes of content that he's given people, and I enjoy it because it humanizes artists. It takes Drake and brings him down. Like, you're seeing him recording his takes in the studio. Like, I mean, we don't really see that. You're seeing the mundane clicking through beats and saying, no, this is fire, this isn't fire. No, let's next one, next one, next one, next one. Like, it humanizes them. But I think I don't know where it goes, because I don't know what's beyond this, because now it's artists are almost stuck in a 360. They're stuck in a 360 deal without even having to sign anything. They're stuck in a 360 deal, and the contract generators are the fans, where we need to see you doing
Damn.
everything, and we need to see more of you.
Yeah.
And we need, yeah, fine, your album was great, your album was cool, but what
This
more
is
can
why,
you
like,
offer me?
artists usually be stressing over like, oh, like, to in order to market your thing, you need to like post a bunch of TikToks. And I know a lot of artists who absolutely hate that.
Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting. This is really interesting though, because again, this is and we've not. I don't think we've really seen this before, right? This is one of the biggest, most sought after names in the music industry, and he's just given us life. He's given us him in a car. He's given us him walking into into the embassy. That's his place. He's given us. We've not really seen this. I don't know if we see more artists do this, or this is a very unique aspect. And I also don't know how. I mean, we can't really get into this, but I don't know how the label treats this. Like, what are those? What are the rooms behind him saying? The people in rooms behind him saying, what did they co-sign this? Do we know?
All
Or
I
is
know
it just
is
like Drake, like, yo fam, I really just want to drop?
all I know is Lucian said, yo, those songs that were in that folder, please
Yeah.
put
We
them
have
on
to
streaming
collect.
immediately, right
We
now.
need to collect. We need to
Drake was
collect.
told, they didn't even put artwork for that stuff. They were just put that stuff on your streaming right now. We're not joking around here. At giving people
Yeah.
stuff for free.
Yeah. For free. How dare you? How dare
How
you? How
dare
dare
ye.
you? We've signed artists, man. Artists are, they're slaves. But this is also interesting because it's something I've seen with a lot of artists, and it will be really cool
Yeah.
later on in life to just see a lot more of like this
Yeah.
videos and like
Yeah.
documenting of artists' lives come out. These guys are always shooting, like
Always,
constantly
always.
taking yeah, you don't know when you're going to use it for a documentary later on, and I would like to see that more in the Kenyan industry. Honestly, I like to see a lot more the making ofs.
This felt more like a unedited documentary.
Yes, raw, just from the camera to your
Yeah.
screen.
Interesting.
It's very cool. I like to see that. I'll see a lot more of that
I think
in the industry.
for me, the biggest thing that artists like that we should all think about with all these type of things is unique ways to release music. I think that's what people are craving.
Yeah.
Like the general rollout plan idea that we do,
played out.
it's played out. People are bored, and I see people trying to, like, okay, Friday releases are boring, let's do Tuesday, Wednesday, like any day releases, like but it's still the
Our
same
attention
thing
spans are
essentially.
short. Yeah.
So we need to find new ways in which to release music and have it exciting, like, oh, this is new, like, you know what I mean, because this was new, like a whole ass website created a Finsta for it. But I think the label is involved, because even when I look at his Finsta, it looks very. I don't think Drake is posting all that stuff. I think some like intern somewhere is in charge of it. So, but still, I think it's a very interesting, innovative way of releasing music. And a lot of people have released a lot of think pieces about the if this like
That's
should
the
be
beauty
the
of the industry. There's always going to be think pieces, right? It's content begets content.
yeah, like, and this is
Yeah.
like, oh, is he doing the right things post beef, like blah blah blah. I don't know. I personally kind of I've moved on from the beef. So yeah, I don't think about the beef anymore. Drake took his L, he took his L. Kendrick took a massive dub, and that's just what it is. Um, yo,
100 gigs. That's
100
an
gigs for
interesting
your
concept.
head top.
Yep.
Bro, what are you listening to this week?
This week. All right, cool. So first off, I guess we just congratulate people with albums. Congratulations to Charisma. Charisma dropped
Congratulations.
The Motions. He promoted that a couple of he actually used some of the protest stuff and some of the attention too. But yeah, he dropped an album. It's called The Motions. It's a 10 song project. Features Okello Max. It's got Triomio on there, Ben Soul, Iwa Tajiri, Costa Ojwang, Watenda Willie, Mutoria. Yeah, man, it's if you like charisma, I mean, you might enjoy this. Sounds like charisma music, you know. What else? What else dropped? Addicted by Brandy Maina and Keithan. That's a collaboration I didn't think I would see, but that was interesting. Some Amapiano vibes. Let's see what else. Mr. T, Munga Mkardinali, and Sosa the Prodigy dropped Kuwalemea. Kuwalemea, which is interesting. I saw a remix of Nairobi Streets. I don't know if it's still up. Nairobi Streets by Bridget Blue. She dropped it a while ago, and I was hearing it in different places. She got Calligraph
Yeah.
Jones to jump on it. It's currently grayed out. By grayed out means it's not like available on streaming DSP. So I don't know what's up with that release. But I had listened to it when music came out, so that was also pretty cool. Let me see. Gweth, how do you pronounce that? Willie Paul's release. Power. In parenthesis, power. Gwethi. Oh
Oh
man,
my
I'm
god, it's
showing my.
Gwethe.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Brixton by Silverstone Bars, Badman Bright, and AJ. Yeah, man. Couple of releases from Idaziz, Saint Evo, you know, the usual culprits. Wacha Nare, This
Nesmburu.
Feeling. Yeah. And then I'll talk about this, then I'll let you go. Do you remember we talked about last week Chimano kicking off his solo career again with a release by Do You Remember? So he dropped that this week. It's very popish reggae-ish vibe, which is interesting. If you're interested in that, go check that out too. Yeah, man. Afam.
Yo,
Over to you.
I watched the video to Curtains by King Kirby Njiru and Rachel Candy. Really loved the video. Kirby killed his verse, man. And I guess the hook. So shout out to Kirby, man. Like, still pushing, man. He's had a run. Like I said, this is his best run in music since he started. So, bro, it's actually very inspiring. There was Kande by Kenani. There was, what else did I listen to? Because I feel like I've said everything. No Time for This by Andia and K-Rop. Did you talk about Gen Z Kualemea? You did. Angel in My Plane by Shad Mziki. There was the Digi 4 with Joshua Baraka this time. Okay, listen, I'm all for
Mhm.
remixes, but they've really rinsed this Diggy song, man. Like, they've had so
Oh
many
no.
versions.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
love
You
it's
have
it's
to.
a great song. Trust me. Don't get me wrong. I love it, but like, let's kind of like
Oh
keep it pushing.
man.
Yeah, because bro, there's only so many times I want to listen to that song.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I think you kind of mentioned I didn't listen to too much music this week, but the song I wanted to highlight this week speaking of highlights, like the whole video was like highlight, like a spotlight. Anyway, was curtains. Not curtains. Was Schema by Albeezy, um, produced by Cap. I really like this song. I also like the story behind it because the lore behind it. Because Cap kind of mentioned, or they all mentioned that they recorded this, shot the video, and put it out like within like a day or something like that. And I think it's really sick. I love the video direction, directed by Cap as well. Cap is trying to really push boundaries as a creative, not only just being a music producer. Um,
Yeah.
as always, the beats are hard. Albeezy flowed on there. He had a few lines I liked. And yeah, man. These guys always deliver, like when it comes to this sound, this trap like sound. Um, yeah, yeah, I am a fan. I'm a huge fan, and I can't, like, if they can do that in a day, then I wonder what they could do with more time. So shout out to them. And Albeezy says he's a schemer, so I can't wait to see what he's scheming, what he has up his sleeves. But yeah, man, I would love to play that song if it's okay with you, Sam.
It's cool.
All right. So this is Schema by Albeezy, produced by Cap.
Yeah. Go crazy. Hey, we're the ones who pop dope in a leader. She crazy if she think that I need her. On the road, I don't need me a reason. I be scheming, yeah, little babe. I'm a schemer. Whoa, whoa, I'm a schemer. Ask me what I do, I'm a schemer. Ask me what I do, I'm a schemer. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I be scheming, yeah, little babe. I'm a schemer. Stepping on niggas, I got no fear. Hey, hey, shining on them like chandelier. Hey, hey, need a baddie on me like Shensia. Need a baddie on me like Bia. Hey, whoa, big on my peers, for real. I should put some ice on my teeth like veneers. Tryna buy my flow, but these niggas can't come near. When she put that shit on, she impressed me. Girl, I know you love it when you next to me. Girl, I know you love it when you next to me. Girl, I know you love it when you next to me. Girl, I know you love it when you next to me. Hey, we're the ones who pop dope in a leader. She crazy if she think that I need her. On the road, I don't need me a reason. I be scheming, yeah, little babe. I'm a schemer. Whoa, whoa, I'm a schemer. Ask me what I do, I'm a schemer. Ask me what I do, I'm a schemer. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I be scheming, yeah, little babe. I'm a schemer.
That was Schema by Albeezy, produced by Cap. So shout out to them. Shout out to the steppers. Like they always bringing the heat.
Step.
Bringing the heat is such a generic thing to say. What's wrong with me? I forgot to mention Godi
man.
Tena released the video to Digida by him and Chiomio. I mean him, Chiomio and Lil Minor. So I forgot to. That's one of the songs I listened to this week. So shout out to them, bro. Lil Minor is. I feel like he's on everything now. Like he's just fucking
Bro
doing
is
so many
everywhere.
features and
He's getting
everything.
himself
So
saturation. And that's not a
he's
bad
out there.
strategy.
He's out there. You can't look anywhere without seeing Lil Minor. So
Yeah.
shout out to him. And shout out to them in general. But yeah, bro. Episode 89, bro. We're almost that's
That's a
the last
fact.
of the 80s. Oh my god.
The last
That's the
of
last
the
of the 80s
80s.
already.
Yeah. It's dope. It's dope. It's dope. Onward and forward. That's the
Onwards
motto.
and forwards, man. Oh, that's the modern nigga yellow, and we got it every day, every day, every day. Sorry. So guys, I usually like to push this these three C's at the end of the podcast because I think they're very meaningful to me anyway. So if you're listening to this podcast, if you're new around here, I have these 3 C's that I think everybody needs to abide to, especially if you're in the creative industry. The first one being confidence. You need to be confident in your work because that's what people consume. Like the more confident you are, the more likely people are going to be like, oh, wait, I actually like this song just because you're really confident about it. That's one thing Kahush oozes. It's confidence. No matter what he's doing or saying, he's always confident. Consistency. If you're not consistent, you will be forgotten because we are in an era where everybody is releasing music, and if you're not consistent, you fall off. It's as simple as that. And we've really just had that conversation with Kahush as well. Guy, I'm sorry for using Kahush as an example for my 3 C's, but like,
There's
yeah,
people out
it's
there who absolutely hate that you're doing that right now, but
after this,
doesn't
this.
matter. I'm saying there are people out there who absolutely hate that you're using Kahush as an example for that right now, but no
Do
one
you
cares.
hate? Do you hate? Do you hate that I'm using Kahush as an example?
No, not at all. Not at all.
I think
That
Kahush
question
was
is such a
very
trap.
consistent when he was, but I'm just saying this is what happens when you don't release music. Like even if you are consistent for a long period, like once you stop releasing music, people have already moved on. Unfortunately, that's just how the music industry is. Lastly, always work on your craft, because it's your craft. Like, and if you even do just really small things every day to kind of improve on yourself, like all that stuff adds up, and it adds up for the better. Yeah, man, the 3 C's. Sam.
3 C's. Nah, I'm cool, man. I think we can end it there.
All
Just
right.
don't spend your life procrastinating because you're not going to get anywhere. Yep. It's as
And
simple as that.
and with those simple but very profound thoughts from Sam Are,
Put
thank you
my
guys so much
my
for
comment is
listening
out.
to this podcast. Always,
Yep.
we really appreciate you guys for sticking with us through thick and thin. And yeah, man, we love producing this show for y'all, and we love that you guys pay attention to it and give us a reason to keep on doing it, So thank you guys so much. And yeah, man, we will catch you on episode 90. Oh my God, we're almost on episode 100. This is
90.
scary, but like exciting. Anyway, we'll see you next week.